When we look at the mirror and see ourselves, we judge what we see. Society gives us this image of what a man should look like or what a woman should act like. When we look at ourselves, we would look to see these ideas and we'll compare ourselves always to these ideals. We create ourselves through comparison to what's around us. So gender, you can't understand gender without masculine and feminine. Those are the two opposite that through them you understand what gender is. A lot of people can still feel not validated and like they're crazy because nobody else can name what they are. And I think as a kid, that's what I felt. Even people in the street, I'm a 5-year-old, 60-year-old, 70-year-old, I always hear, is this a boy or a girl? As a kid, I'm like, nobody knows who I am. I don't know who I am. If I'm inherently in between, society still wants me to choose two things that I'm not. In Chinese medicine, they talk about the stages of yin and yang, and they actually have names. And I remember sitting in class and looking at it and saying, oh my God, this is the stage I am. It's called Shaoyang in Chinese medicine, and that's like in between. I found words to describe what I am, and that made me feel really valid. It kind of laid the ground for me to say, okay, so I'm grounded somewhere, let's explore more. So originally the pictograms, yin and yang, depicted the sunny side of the hill and the shaded side of the hill. So basically through observation of the day, the ancient Chinese looked at the mountain and said, okay, so this mountain looked like it's in the shadows, but then the sun rose. And that's actually the idea of yin and yang, is light and dark. And that's how the division started, of describing something that is the opposite of the other thing. There's actually something permanent in us that is not the shell of the gender and the body that changes. I shouldn't define myself as the shadow that I seem to look like. Today I look like a man. Tomorrow I look like a woman. Am I attached to the fact that I'm a man and that's how I'm going to behave because that's what men should do? That's a should. That's attachment. But if we look beyond gender, beyond the definition of either or, yin and yang, and we realize, well, yin and yang are just shadows. So where is the actual thing that the shadow is casted on? Well, that's our spirit. What's possible is accepting what's happening at the moment and knowing that it changes and not being attached to it. There's 64 hexagrams. So we live in a society that gives us two, men and women. That's it. But I'm telling you, well, there's 62 more. And if we walk around and we'll start seeing people as hexagrams, we'll just see these moving lines. And okay, so this person today is yin and tomorrow they're switching into yang. And that's how we're gonna start relating to one another. Like, oh, today the sun shines on you this way and tomorrow the shadow is on this side of the... It's just about now.